that's not only is it prop selection and super stock, but they've got to figure out where to put their weight and get their CG right. As we see orange smoking, we're going to get the boats lined up. Super Cat will start first, super stock next. You know, we talked about Victory hulls, of course, Doug Wright hulls, and we also STR Sean Torrente Racing Hull out there, who is really poised to win the WPRA National Championship here in Clearwater with a good showing. Team Nautical Ventures Vision Marine.
And that is a testament to perseverance, because he has done nothing but refine the bottom of that boat. He goes out off of his place in Fort Myers. Let's try this. Okay, that worked. Okay, now let's try this. He just hasn't stopped. So you have to give a nod to someone who puts that kind of time in to make something that he created right.
Teaming up with Matt Jaminski this year, and quite successfully.
And here we go with the Super Cats.
Cats are ready to run.
So it looks like Dirty Money does have the inside lane. And Chris Grant is another wheelman, the driver of the Gray Dell boat, who is no slouch. So
we have about a mile and a half to get lined up. You see the green buoys they put in place for the Pro Class 1 boats.
Yeah, I think they're still using a green flag for the Super Cats.
They are.
On the pace boat. So players have to line up, get side by side when it looks even.
And one of the most difficult things is to get one of these starts just right. And
I think they already threw the green.
Yeah, the race is on. And Super Cat, there's Dirty Money to the left on the screen, and Gray Dell. They've been after each other all year long, swapping victories from the start of the 2025 campaign. And you see them side by side. Dirty Money, Britt Lilly and Bill Pyburn, followed by Gray Dell, Jay Muller with Chris Grant, both 388 skaters. Open competition, Power and Dirty Money, HRE Power and Gray Dell.
Yeah, Jay Muller, most of his experience has been in a 40 skater the last few years, but he seems to have taken to this 380 quite well. And he's got a little bit of a lead here. Let's see how they do going into turn one. This is the start of lap one, and they are running 12 laps.
There you see the first of the three-pin turn. Dirty Money's got the shorter way around the course, and there you can see he'll protect his line.
Yep, Britt's a very good defensive driver.
And keep Gray Dell to the outside. Takes noses just in front of Gray Dell. Heading on the outbound north track.
But now it looks like Gray Dell's trying to pull him. And here now we're looking back at the Super Stock start.
And they do have a green flag, so the race is on.
And there goes Team Nautical Ventures with Wozencraft in chase. They are the two outside lanes. The inside lane is Demon Bikini, Leanna Shadlow and Chad Havens. Nautical Ventures was in lane 2 with Torrente and Jaminski. Lane 3 is Wozencraft, Jeremy Sheeta, Julian Maldonado. And lane 4 is the new Moxie boat with Greg Reichman and David Whelan.
This boat has been very fast as Sean Torrente has really went to work on it. It's always been known as a fast boat, but it's turning so much better now.
That's the thing, the turning. And veterans will tell you, yeah, you might be fast to the first turn, but you got to get around the whole course.
There they are, Torrente and Jaminski, and the STR 32-foot catamaran.
The bright orange Nautical Ventures colors. Nautical Ventures is one of the largest boat dealerships in the world, founded by Roger Moore, calls himself 007. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet in the industry. And we want to wish Frank Ferraro, who recently retired from Nautical Ventures, best of luck in your retirement, Frank.
So Torrente and Jaminski have a lead over Team Wozencraft. That boat flying just right. Remember, these are the lightest boats in the major national classes.
Yep. And they will be getting new midsections for the outboards next year. Shorter, that'll lower the center of gravity for the engines themselves. But here's Gray Dell.
The lead over Dirty Money.
Over Dirty Money.
Turned that lap at 121.4 miles an hour. Big speed. Took a 4-second lead over Dirty Money on conclusion of lap number 1.
This was always a boat that was known for being good in the rough, but they've found calm water speed this year.
Big time. Dirty Money now trailing by 4 seconds. A lot of racing to go. This is what we've seen out of.
This looks like a lot more than 4 seconds.
Yeah, it did. Gained some speed in the turn. Gained some distance in the turn as we look back at Dirty Money. Goodwin Competition Engines, your reigning world champion. Now as we watch on the far north side of the course.
Nautical Ventures is in the lead with Wozencraft in second. Let's see if Leanna Shadlow rather, is holding the 3rd position, or if Moxie, I can't tell from the distance who was there.
We're seeing Graydell now approaching. Look how, I mean, running at 120 miles an hour. So we get a first lap on the super stock boats.
Yeah, Graydell is. They're not holding off. They're not holding up.
The super stocks are completing their first lap in front of them. Dirty Money in second. Here come the super stocks, and it is
Nautical Ventures in first, Wozencraft in second. That's exactly how you want that boat to ride right there. Just a little bit of the stern in the water, everything else.
Team Nautical Ventures, Wozencraft in second. We can catch that 3rd place boat as they take the 3-pin turn here after lap number 1.
Demon Bikini is in 3rd. And Moxie goes by in 4th.
Demon Bikini out of Texas, Leanna Shadlow and Chad Havens. Lone Doug Wright out here today.
There's Graydell again, and already completing lap 3.
Dirty Money, 6 seconds now behind Graydell.
Prop change wasn't.
Yeah, that's, I mean, those are calculated changes.
Yeah, those are gambles you take. And this is the new victory. XINSURANCE Moxie getting passed by Dirty Money.
You can see the differential in speed, and I know that this is only the first race for the Moxie team, but this is Super Cat racing very fast.
Yeah, and
back
at this
to your
point,
leader in super stock.
It's not as if in this point, Dirty Money can be surprised that Graydell jumped out like that. They've seen it all season. Yep. Now this is interesting because the Graydell should be going to the outside because they're the faster boat from the bigger class. And he almost looked like he wanted to go inside of Wozencraft there.
You'd rather be going around them in the straightaway as opposed to the turn.
Yeah.
And see if Dirty Money can use that to its advantage as those boats go through the north end. Now both the Super Cats are moving southbound. But Team Nautical Ventures continues to lead in super stock, trailed by Wozencraft, and Graydell has moved ahead of Dirty Money. Chris Grant and Jay Muller, HRE Engines.
Outlaw
388
Performance.
Skater. Yep.
Austin Blocker.
Great job.
Taking care of that boat. Torrente and Jaminski are leading on the second lap in super stock, but just look at the attitude of this boat.
It's exactly how you want to fly a boat.
And I know when Jay's in a boat with Billy Moff, they don't talk much, and I can't imagine they need to talk much with him and Chris. They seem to have just gelled really well together.
They came together this season. Back-to-back wins in Lake of the Ozarks. Dirty Money has now fallen 8 seconds off the pace of Gradell.
One thing this will give Britt Lilly and Bill Pyburn is intel for the Pro Class 1 race. Jay Muller's not racing Pro Class 1 at this one. But here's Sean Torrente and Matt Jaminski. The folks on that Starline cruise boat are getting a great view.
Team Nautical Ventures with a 4-second lead over Wozencraft, 10 seconds over Demon Bikini in third. A lot of respect for the Demon Bikini team. They've really come along in a year and a half of racing. Getting more competitive. Beautiful shot down the tunnel now of Gradell, packing, compressing that air. Dancing on top of the Gulf waters. And they've got it set up just right. Dirty Money still in chase.
Yep.
Trying to find some extra speed. Overhead of the SDR 32. Sean Torrente.
They wrap up this weekend, and Sean will be headed back over to Dubai to race Formula One tunnel boats.
Yep, he's also racing XCAT over there. Racing Formula One with Team Victory out of Dubai. In trail, Wozencraft.
Yep.
The Gradell team coming through again. Turning that lap, 122.5.
This boat ran as well. It was in the MCON stable. I don't know if they ever raced it, but before that it was Steel and AMH. So there's some good history to this boat, and it's still very fast, obviously.
It was an MCON boat for 1 year.
So they did race it while they were building the 388 they just recently sold.
That's right.
Okay.
I asked Tyler, why did you sell the boat to those guys? They were chasing it down in the national championship hunt that year. Dirty Money has fallen back to 13 seconds off the lead of Gradell, so they continue to extend their lead.
Yeah, and I can't think of any kind of strategic move where Bill and Britt would say, okay, we're just going to cruise in second.
High Tech Decks, what the team was previously called. Now they're new sponsor team, Nautical Ventures. If you go back and look at some of the races earlier this year, they've been improving all year long. Sean Torrente, Matt Jaminski gelling 4 seconds ahead of Wozencraft, 13 seconds in front of Demon Bikini.
And we should also say hello to two of Sean's employees, Nick Imprescia and Ian Morgan. I would imagine they are here with the team in the pits, but would like to see them at some more races at some point in 151 Express.
Dirty Money running in second. Your reigning world champions, back to your leader, Team Nautical Ventures. So Vision Marine, a sponsor.
And Sean set the electric boat speed record with Vision Marine at the Lake of the Ozarks shootout a couple years ago, driving a boat with two of their electric outboards.
Powered by the 300R Mercury Racing engine, which currently has the 20-inch midsection. Mercury Racing announcing the 15-inch midsection earlier this summer, and all these boats will be able to pair up with that 15-inch midsection and better CG next year. It'll be interesting to see how the boats handle it, and
Those
their handling
engines
gets better.
They'll sit 5 inches shorter on the transom, so that should definitely help bring the weight up. You won't have the forces of it being exerted as high on the stern.
Well, the 300R has been an amazing advancement. Great linear power through the RPMs. They're already turning better, even though they have that high CG. Demon Bikini, but great race day here for S54 high-tech deck. So looking forward to seeing that new 300R. We heard from the testing of it. It's really loud.
Yeah, you can opt for the open exhaust, I believe.
Yeah.
And
in the competition model, it will be the open exhaust.
The ROS.
Mm-hmm.
But they've stretched out a comfortable lead. You know, Matt and Sean this is their first year together, but they look to be like they've gelled quite well on the boat.
And in talking to some of the insiders inside the class, great respect for the work Sean Torrente has put into getting this hull. It was always fast, as we mentioned earlier. Now it's turning better. On the nose, and it's coming together nicely. This boat is a force to be reckoned with.
And I don't even think he's going to try to do that as a pleasure boat. Once he's ready to sell it, he's going to sell race boats.
Talk of boat manufacturer from Canada entering into super stock, tough boats.
Ah, yes. Mark and Dana Weigel used to be tough enough in their pro stock skater.
That boat.
I don't know who Thomas is going to team up with. Maybe a customer.
We'll see.
It's usually the way those smaller companies do it. A customer buys the boat, and then someone from the factory will throttle it. And the way Thomas has run boats at the shootout,
118.
Think he'd be a good
the
candidate.
production class boat there. The pleasure version of it is.
I think that was Thomas and Mark. I still remember Thomas running that 35 monohull with the giant engine in it. I think it was 135 miles an hour.
Great L continues to pull away. Last lap speed was at 122.5.
And what is the rendering on the side of the boat? It's a self-portrait of Chris
It's
Grant.
a doodle of Chris Grant, doodling himself. It's
on
hilarious.
the deck as well.
Yep. And you'll love the lightheartedness of the team out of Toronto, but the seriousness to racing. Now 11 seconds out in front of Dirty Money here today. And what a season it has been for Gray Dell, with Chris Grant teaming up with Jay Muller. And after Lake of the Ozarks, they've been a force to be reckoned with, always chasing on top 3 spots of the podium. 388 skater with Hamitman Racing Engines, HRE. And they have it set just perfectly.
And the thing that works well for them is HRE is just down the road from Outlaw Performance. So the synergy for everyone on the team to work together is quite good.
Another great shot of these big catamarans, 9,500 pounds. How they get them up and out of the water with 800 horsepower engines.
Like
naturally aspirated, packing air, pressing it down the tunnel and lifting. And this boat is running flawlessly today.
I'd like to give a shout out to the former throttleman of this boat, Billy Moore. Moore's Performance Marine in Grantsboro, North Carolina. In addition to setting up race boats, he's also good with pleasure boats. So if you need any work done, give him a call.
Dirty Money turned the respective fleet onto its lid last year, coming on strong, moving with Goodwin competition engines and using a lot of analytics to gain speed. Won the World Championship last year. And if it weren't for Hurricanes, might have won the National Championship as well.
Pulling away from Rick's helicopter.
Turn that lap at 122.5 again. Was the boat in front. Graydell, Dirty Money, and Chase. Right now,
I have this at the end of 9. Is that what you have?
Yep.
Okay.
I got what you got. Dirty Money. Back to Graydell. Still unable to bridge the gap. Is Dirty Money in second, holding 11 seconds off the pace of the leader. There goes Graydell. Good look at Clearwater Beach from the Gulf side, back onto the outbound leg of the course, chasing from the XINSURANCE Helicam.
Moxie is out in super stock. Teething pains, I'm sure, getting used to the new boat. And
very first race for them.
Getting some gremlins dealt with.
Impressive new victory haul. Watch Graydell now mix it up with, looks like the Doug Wright catamaran.
Now, will that mean that Demon Bikini gets his first podium?
I'd say yes.
Good for them.
Graydell.
Chris Grant. One of the most unassuming guys when you talk to him.
Yeah, super nice.
A couple years ago, when they had the hurricanes hit Fort Myers, he sent a truckload of plywood from Canada down to help the folks down there. And after the
we're hearing from Race Control, Dirty Money just hit the buoy. And
there's the buoy deflated
in the water, and they came off of power.
Oops. Yeah, they're definitely off plane, or barely on plane now. They're probably just heading straight into the pits. Well, that's too bad.
Graydell continue to hold that speed right above 122 miles an hour.
Yeah, it should be only 2 laps to go for Graydell.
A fortunate day for them. Made all the right decisions and calculations. Getting this boat ready for the water here. Heat index now into the mid-90s here in Clearwater. Bit of a, you could just see they're going to have to solve that mark at this point.
They'll have to replace that buoy before the Pro Class 1 race. They usually have additional buoys available on.
For now, they're going to put one of the patrol boats in the vicinity and advise
with a yellow flag up, which just means pass with caution.
Yeah, Dirty Money did get back up on plane, but now 32 seconds off the pace of your leader, Team Nautical Ventures.
Yep, they put the caution flag out, just telling guys you don't have to stop, but take it easy going through here. There's something different about the course, or there could be debris, or if it was
in Race Control, I'm sure is advising them that the buoy got taken out.
If it was sea life, they'd stop the race.
Oh,
if it was a turtle or something.
Very aware of the marine life, trying to take care not to harm any marine life in any of the areas. Ooh, Team Nautical Ventures busting into a wave there is the two leaders
in the respective races,
classes, right? You see them side by side here, and the speed of a 1,600 horsepower boat versus the speed of a 600 horsepower boat.
No replacement for displacement.
38 footer, 32 footer, 9,500 pounds, 4,900 pounds, but equally as exciting in the sport of offshore powerboat racing. But there is Graydell.
Should be the white flag lap coming up when they pass the yellow buoy at finish line.
So far, it has been their day.
I kind of like the understated livery of that boat.
Yeah.
It's just straightforward.
Very working class. And that's the kind of vibe you get with Chris Grant and his team. Working class, getting it done.
And Jay, too. Jay Muller doesn't care about fanfare or, you know, he'll hang out and talk with anybody. And in Chicago, after the Super Cat race was over, they were all, someone from every team was over hanging out in the Graydell pits.
So Graydell in control of this Super Cat race. It's really going to put them in a prime spot to win the WPRA National Championship.
It really makes it, you're looking ahead to Key West.
Now 32 seconds ahead of Dirty Money, and it's all done but the finish.
You know, you think about Graydell and Dirty Money and Key West, and who else could show up? Roland Transport has looked real good this year. They've been fast with the Sterling engines power, not Sterling Performance under the new management. And CR Racing still getting to know that boat. So we could have a good Super Cat fleet in Key West for sure. Yep, Dirty Money is trying to, you know, they got back up and running. I'll be curious to hear about how they hit that buoy, unless they were avoiding maybe a super stock boat in the turn or something. Or so we'll go talk to them.
And Chase.
We'll have it as part of my story tomorrow in speedonthewater.com.
Where that buoy got hit, I believe for the final time. That might be the middle buoy that got knocked. Or it could be.
Well, you do get penalized.
So it appears this will be sorted out afterwards, but this definitely looks like with the Dirty Money falling back and in second, hitting the buoy here, this solidifies Graydell's checkered flag here today and another win this season. We're at the XINSURANCE Clearwater Nationals. Look like they're poised potentially to win the WPRA National Championship. That'll be sorted out with the scoring of the officials here later today. But a big win for Graydell here in Clearwater today. Say, pass through one more time, and they still have one lap left. And they're continuing on. One lap to go on a really great season. Tough day for Dirty Money.
Been a tough weekend a little bit for the Pyburns.
Yep.
Jack had a great day, great game yesterday playing for LSU, but the offense couldn't put points on the board.
Yeah, Bill's son Jack plays at LSU. Tough SEC, just look up and down the ranks there with Alabama beating Georgia last night. Knocking them off the pedestal of unbeaten. But yeah, Bill's going to try and make up for that later on this afternoon when he and Brick climb in their
one more shot
south. They are definitely, they have the points lead going into the Pro Class 1 National Championship race. So they'll jump from this boat to the next for our race finale. You see the hit buoy in the water still. Of course, it's anchored to the bottom.
So and there's the next one that's going to replace it between races.
Exactly. And this should be for the final turn. Super Cat leader all the way. Jay Muller and Chris Grant kept that boat running. Average speeds of about 122 miles an hour here today. We'll have our finishes of our Super Cat and then our Super Stock races here before rolling right into the Pro Class 1 races. more laps. Still may have a couple laps left here to go. Dirty Money continuing on. I mean, you don't finish till you finish.
To finish first you must finish.
Right.
That's an old offshore powerboat racing saying. As far as the hitting the buoy, normally that would not be a DQ. It's a time penalty, so it's not going to affect them because they're running second out of 2. If it had been Graydell, then that would be different. But since they're second out of 2 boats, it's just going to be
Graydell's white flag lap.
Yep. It almost looks like it's laid down a little more. I wonder if any of the Pro Class 1 teams are watching this and thinking maybe we need to go for a faster setup than we initially thought. That boat has just had such a great attitude all afternoon. 34-second lead.
Buoy penalty pending against Dirty Money. Back to Super Stock. Demon Bikini, Leanna Shadlow, Chad Havens, and the 32 Doug Wright. See on the previous shot, there's our leader now. Team Nautical Ventures, Torrente and Jaminski.
They've got a good place to wrap it up.
Yep, I had them right at the 100-mile-an-hour average speed here during the race. Watch Graydell.
Skater 388 built at Douglas Marine in Douglas, Michigan.
They should be heading to the checkered flag.
Well-earned checkered flag, too. They left no doubt on this one.
So the boat that they used to say was a rough water boat, vied for the national championship in a couple of seasons, kind of fell off the pace last year, but they came in with a new game in 2025 with Chris Grant joining Jay Muller, Austin Blocker out of Offshore Outlaw Performance. And today here at the XINSURANCE Clearwater Nationals, Team Graydell from Toronto, Canada, it races to the front, takes the checkered flag in Super Cat class.
Is that a flag?
Overhead, you can see the doodle. That's the Chris Grant caricature of himself.
They're still running.
They do look like they are.
Unless they're turning in on. No, they look like they're still running over. Might be one more to go.
Last lap, 122.35 miles an hour. So they're going to have at least one more lap at this. Sometimes these teams will just take a victory lap or just an insurance lap to make sure that they didn't miscount. Most of these boats looks like Dirty
Money's heading straight in.
Dirty Money knows that this race is over. They're just heading straight back to the pits because they're going to have to jump onto their Pro Class 1 boat.
Yep.
And that tells me that Graydell may have taken that extra lap.
Here's Nautical Ventures.
Yep.
Sean Torrente, Matt Jaminski should be coming in to wrap up the super stock race.
Wozencraft, they gave them a chase. Third place with Demon Bikini. Nice showing for them as they get ready for the World Championships in November in Key West.
When was the last time you only saw one Doug Wright on a super stock race?
Yeah.
The other boats are building strength.
Here comes Sean Torrente, Matt Jaminski, Team Nautical Ventures from start to finish. Big day for them out on the water, in the lead all the way. They'll wrap up a WPRA National Championship this year. Team Rosencraft.
Oh, yep, there's the flag.
And second, Jeremy Sheeta and Julia Maldonado out of Manatee Marine. Third place will go to our team from Texas.
Chad Havens, Leanna Shadlow. Believe it's their first podium. And if not, it's still a well-earned third. So they've been steadily improving, and looking forward to see them running Key West.
Team Nautical Ventures on their last lap averaging 100.65 miles an hour unofficially, so they kept it right there throughout the day and set the pace for what they hope is a great end to the 2025 campaign. As we look from the XINSURANCE Telecam at Demon Bikini. Finishing in third here today.
They'll probably just continue straight on in. Go get cooled off. No AC systems in those boats. And here's your winners in Super Cat.
Pop the hatch.
Go get that flag.
Victorious today. There was no doubt once the first half lap was done. From Super Stock, you can see our top three.
Nautical Ventures, Wozencraft, and Demon Bikini. Unfortunately, Moxie XINSURANCE broke down.
There's our first place boat getting the nice catch. Sean Torrente with his wheelman Matt Jaminski victorious here in Clearwater. And WPRA National Champions.
Second time as national champions for Sean, because he was a national champion in the MTI.
Yep, that's right.
And here's Jay and Chris
waiting
for their flag.
Where you both can come out of the cockpit.
Yep.
In a Super Cat. Not getting blown around. And
there you go.
Jake Muller with the catch.
Well earned.
Unfurl the flag and wave to victory in a tremendous 2025 WPRA campaign for them.
The progress they've made in just finding speed in that boat all year, and consistency. They seem to just gelled like the first race.
With the checkered flag displayed prominently, there is your winner in Super Cat here at the XINSURANCE Clearwater Nationals, Team Graydell. They'll motor back over to Sankey Park, the crane area, back into the dry pits. Awards tonight at Marina Cantina. 6 to 7:30 is listed on the schedule. There and get a seat early. The National Championship Awards and from today's racing will all be handed out. Chris Grant, Jay Muller victorious. Chris waving to the fans. And they're loving it in Toronto, Canada today.
And Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey, where Jay's from.
Team Nautical Ventures. Sean Torrente, Matt Jaminski with the big win here in Clearwater. They are doing a drive-by to the fans here on Clearwater Beach.
Can't really do a burnout.
No, not until you put the helmet on and strap back in.
Some guys, who is it?
They're probably relishing the ride in the wind right now.
Yeah.
It's probably hot in there. We're talking about a heat index that creeped up into the mid 90s today, where yesterday it stayed into the 80s. It was overcast, but
Not now. It's bright out there.
the fans on the beach enjoying the shot as both the winning boats, making a couple of victory laps in front of them. You see how close you can get to watch these races on the white sandy beaches here in Clearwater, Florida.
Congratulations to Austin Blocker, making a name for himself in the performance boat world. And he throttles the Drinkilo boat, and they had their first podium recently.
That's right.